Hello, this is Odette with a home for me. Today, earlier this morning, I received a beautiful message that I would love to not only share with you, but go deeper within so we can both let this message serve us. In doing so, helping us remember and help us expand. So, as usual, I would like to remind you that the words I'm using are coming from my subconscious mind, meaning I've held them in there based on the experiences and the things I've heard, the things I spoke about. And so even my words are conventional. I am just using the words as a tool to help us remember, to help us go within, to help us surrender. And with that, I would encourage you to join me. I'm going to take some time to breathe, use the air to cleanse any fear I may be holding right now in this space so I can communicate the message from a lens of truth, of presence. In doing so, expanding myself and helping you expand. So I'm going to do about 5 breaths in and out. Join me if you feel called. Our breath is here to help us remember the decisions we're constantly making, even when we forget we're making them. That is why remembering the breath and not just breathing to survive, but actually using it as a tool to help cleanse the mind, body, and spirit. It's one of the best decisions you could ever make. That is why every time I talk about love and fear, I always add, remember your breath. Because in doing so, you're already making a decision. Your breath is a decision. So the message I received was something like this. We, we, all things, the humans, the things we call the animals, the things we call the trees, all of it. We all share the now, the present moment, this here, right now, here. We're all sharing that. Then you open your eyes and you see that cup in front of you. It's sharing the present moment with you. So it's here. Everything that is here is sharing this space with you in the now. And when we live in the fear, what we're actually trying to do is merge the past and the future into the present. We're trying to bring the past back alive, and we're trying to bring the future alive. Because we are so powerful, when we try to do that, there's something that happens, and that is what creates illusions in our mind that feel very valid. That is what creates the hallucinations around what we think is here or not here. Fear, when you see anything, let's use the example about the snake. I used this example in the last recording I did, trying to explain legitimate versus manufactured fear, and any if legitimate is more valid and if it's okay to live in that, right? Because a lot of the times as humans, we feel like legitimate fear is actually good to live in. But from last time, I explained that no matter what, whether it's legitimate or manufactured, it's falling into these infinite numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. They carry negative. And so the more you tap into that fear, whether it's manufactured or legit, you just go more that way. Now, today, I want to focus on love, and this is what this message is about. Present moment. It's what we're all sharing with all things around you. All things around you in this moment, in this now, is sharing your present with you. But when you're living in the past, whether it was yesterday or it was 5 minutes ago, and you stay in it longer, what you're trying to do is bring the past into the present or bring the future. Like, dang, I only have $1 in my account right now. What am I going to do tomorrow? I have to pay my rent. I have to pay my rent. What am I going to do? I'm going to be thrown out. And when I get thrown out, all these bad things are going to happen to me. And so, to get out of that, let me, whatever that thing is next, is most likely going to bring you more fear. So, I want to draw this out and see if I can help me. Let's see. Let's use a blank sheet of paper. Let's start with a circle. Here you go. Let's call this circle present moment. What is here right now? And then let's use a different color. This is the color that came up. Oh, these are very similar. Do you? Oh, and let's use this. It's green. Let's use the green for the future. We're going to use this beautiful red for the past. And this is outside of the present because right now, right now is not the past, right? Like yesterday you ate whatever, and right now is not yesterday. And thankfully, we came up with um, the clock system, time, dates. We came up with that to help us remember that yesterday is not today. Right now, this moment is not yesterday. Right now is not 5 minutes ago. What I was talking about 5 minutes ago, I'm not talking about that. I'm not saying the exact words right now. And so this is the past. Okay. They're both outside of the present. They're both outside of the now. But because human beings, us, and the beautiful creatures that we're made out of, sometimes we try to emerge the past into the present. We try to bring it in. We sometimes say things like, oh, that's our traditions, to help excuse this. Ooh. And sometimes we say, yeah, these are new things. That's not how my people used to do it. This is not how we used to do things. That's the past. We're trying to bring it into the now. The truth is what we all share right now is the now, the present moment. That is what we have. We don't have the future. We don't have the past. We don't. I'm not carrying yesterday and today at the same time. I'm not living into those moments at the same time. And so what happens is, especially when the past was very intense, carried a lot of intense frequencies, big numbers of frequencies, whether it's positive or negative, we sometimes try to use it to influence the present. And we do the same with the future. Because of the past, because of what we think we learned from the past, we try to bring the future into the now, into the present moment. And so, in doing so, we create darkness. That's the green and the red mixed together. Thank you so much, beautiful pencils, for guiding me through this message. We create darkness. We are light. Present moment is light. The white of the background of the paper white is here to remind us. When you try to bring the past into the present, see the green, the future into the present, we create darkness. And so the more we try to do that, the more we create darkness. And the actually very interesting thing is that the reason why I merged them together like this is because when we're thinking about the future, we most of the time think about it from the lens of the past. You literally don't know what is in the future. Like, think about it. I bet you have stories. I do too. For example, 3 months ago, I had zero idea that I was going to be here right now. I promise you. I always loved writing as a kid. I loved a good story. There was a family friend that would come to the house and wait for my father and would tell us a good African folklore story. And oh my God, my mind would just think about all of the words, it created images in my mind. It's like I could see everything. So I always wanted to be a good storyteller. And I'll try to write stories. I started by rewriting the African folklores. And then, yeah, at some point along the way, when we came to America, I started writing again. I wanted to write kind of like a fiction story. And I lost the notebook forever. I couldn't find it ever again. Ever. Okay. And then about was it 2020, 2025, 2024, while working at the last job I was at, I wanted to write an article about the experience of a black woman, the experience of an immigrant, and to share with people who experience anything on the outside of that, to share how much painful it could be to receive. Um, at the time, I didn't phrase it like this, but basically to receive that intense fear from the outside group, right? And basically anything like racism, homophobia, anything like that. The outside group hating the other group because they think the other group, whatever, right? And so I wrote an article about it, and I received feedback and all that stuff. I refined it. The whole process took about a year or 2 years, honestly, because I was writing it. I think I started writing it in 2024. It went all the way to 2025, and then at some point, when I was done with it, I was like, you know what? I wasn't satisfied with it, so I never published it. But that had been my journey with writing. And with speaking, oh my goodness, that was hard. Okay. That was very hard at some point for me. I held so much back. And when I opened my mouth to speak it out, spoke it with so much fear that the message always, it wasn't clear. It wasn't clear. And so I embarked on this journey and started being present. Started being present. I started noticing anything I thought the future was going to be like is so different. So different now. So different. The kind of house I thought I was going to get, the kind of things I thought I was going to be doing, so different. The kind of jobs, and now I'm not working. It was always the job after the job after the job after. At some point, I was working three jobs at the same time while doing stuff on the side. I had a T-shirt that said "Busy being busy." That was me. We have no idea what the future looks like. We have no idea. All we have is the present. And when we try to bring the future because of the things we experienced in the past, let me hold it this way. When we try to bring in the future because of the things we experienced from the past, this is what we create in the present. It create darkness. And so to actually tap into your power, right? We go around the world wanting power, or some of us don't even care for it. We just want some peace. But some of us go around fighting, growling for power. So the best way to tap into your power is by being present. In doing so, you actually expand this circle. let me use another color. Let's use yellow for light. And so say this is the present. What you have access to in every now. What everything around you has access to. All the trees are here in your now. Whether or not you think they're relevant, you can agree they're here in the now. Can agree the sun is here in the now. The fire, the sea is here in the now. So when you tap into this now and you start noticing your awareness, you start noticing what is here instead of still sleeping in the past or trying to figure out the future through the lens of the past, because that is what you're doing. No one, no one can tell the future. Nothing. The best way to actually have some clues about the future is by being present enough to see the path, to be led to expansion. So the more you're being present, the more you're taking that light and you expand it. You expand it. You expand it. In doing so, making the future even brighter. All the things you're looking for, the abundance, the love, the freedom, all the things you imagine heaven to feel like, you get it by being so present that that light expands and leads you. All the great ideas just start popping up. You create new things like computers, new things that could serve us through music, through dancing, new things that I've never experienced before, that you've never experienced before. You do that. You brighten up the future that way. And let me tell you something. I've had a message like this. Then didn't know how to explain it. Some wise ones say time is an illusion, and everything here now is impacting. everything in the past and the future. I wanted to understand it more so I could communicate it too. When you're present, you're tapping into this light and it expands. It also expands into the past. You're able to now start seeing the past so clearly away from the lens of fear, but from the lens of truth. You're able to now pull wisdom from your past stories. I'm good, babe. Thank you. You're able to pull wisdom from the past stories and expand the now. Your power is found in your present. Love is here in your present. A lot of institutions like religion, education, a lot of things that have been created to help us survive. Let's see. Or pulling from the past to create the future. And the more fear it holds, the larger the darkness. So anything that tells you you can't be this or be that because in the past being that whatever I read in the past or the book says a book I read in the past said so. Create more darkness in the present. And this darkness doesn't just stay with us. It impacts everything in the present. This is why I wrote in the past that fear, your fear impacts everything. Impacts everything. If you think your fear is just staying with you, that is the fear, the illusion. Let me take this out. I was drawing this before. Try to explain the subconscious and the conscious mind. We'll see if it comes up in one of our uh, recordings, sessions together. So, if you see the snake and you think, ah, 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 snakes, they bite, so they bite. The fear came in. So, let me kill it so I can survive. You're thinking about the future. So you can survive, so you can live in the future. Okay. And so the snake gets triggered too, and it shows up with the past. Oh, I gotta fight. I gotta fight, or this thing is gonna kill me. I gotta fight. I gotta survive. And so the snake also does the same because it wants to survive and create more darkness. I'm just a messenger, y'all. And we've been doing this since the beginning of any beginning. All this time when I was a kid, when I was a itty bitty child, trying to understand the world, watching the adults and asking the questions, why? Why? And through the stories, the African folklores, I could see some of the whys, so I was so embedded in them. I love them so much. Okay? It's one of the best gifts anyone could give me. Tell me a good African folklore story. I wanted to understand the why. Why so much darkness? Why? And religions say, well, because there's a lot of darkness in the world. So if you do this and do that, you'll be able to live. You'll be able to see a beautiful future. But it's also pulling from the past to create the future. And so this happens. People who are fighting for social justice, right? I used to be so angry about the injustice in the world. So angry. So angry. I was losing my mind at some point. I felt so much. How could we possibly be doing this right now? Children are dying. What is wrong with us? That's what I was thinking. And then using my own stories from the past. Humans are like this, men are like this, and women are like this, and da 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 da. And then I shared those stories with others from that fear of lens, from that fear of lens, from that lens of fear. Oh, can you imagine this really bad thing happened today? The world is so bad, eh? Share the fear. However, there's a different way to talk about fear, to view fear. Let's flip it. To view fear, to view the past without being in the fear. Okay? This is why history is beautiful. It's great. However, a lot of us use history, embed ourselves in it, carry the fears, and take those fears further. Oh, this person did this bad thing to whatever. This person must be so horrible, so bad. So we must do this thing to take out this person. Then it goes back to this. But when you talk about fear from while stepping outside of it, being present from the present moment, talk about it as like, oh, this thing happened. You step outside of it, you're actually able to pull wisdom. This is what I've been doing. And you start remembering the truth. You start remembering everything has been here serving you. But because you've been living like this, it was hard to see. It's valid. It's so valid. You see the snake, you get scared because you've heard stories of snakes killing people. You've heard it's poison. You've never experienced a snake biting you. Oh, you have. And you survived it. But you heard some people died from it. So then the snake must be bad. It must be killed. That's fear speaking. Love, what you've been looking for all this while, the abundance is here. And so now you start noticing, wait a minute, everything that's currently in my now, that's now expanding, wants the same thing. And on top of that, they're here to serve me so that I can serve back. There's a world where we have everything we could ever dream of. So much peace, so much abundance. Food for everyone, water for everyone, so much abundance. When you look at the fire, can you count all the energy, all of the atoms, all of the things that make the fire fire? When you look at the tree, can you count all the leaves? A big tree in the forest. Can you count it? When you look at water, can you count all the hydrogen, all the oxygen? Can you? That's abundance. And now imagine you. You are all of those things embodied, here to be awakened so you can serve back. But because you've been doing this for so long, your world has been doing this. And the more you're like, ah, oh my God, no way! I knew it was bad. I knew it was horrible. I knew it. I just freaking knew it. I knew that freaking snake was gonna try to bite me, and knew it. And so you do that to the point where Death becomes um, the last surrender, or at some point, you become present enough to say, okay, I tried it all. I tried it. You become honest. I've tried it, and none of these things seem to be working. Because truly, if you're honest with yourself, honest enough, like truly honest, truly, you'll remember that you've been holding some fear for a long, 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 long time, even before you've been reborn again. Your ancestors held the fear, and you carried it on, and you've been playing this game for a long time. So, the actual way to get everything you want and so much more, to go to the place that you've never even imagined, like you were like, yeah, I believe a place like heaven exists, or you were like, nah, I don't even believe that. I don't, everything is bad, but maybe there could be a little bit better. It's found in the present. It's found in the tapping into the now. You know those people who we call horse whisper, tree whisper, um whoever we feel like is so connected to a group of beings and could really communicate that, are only able to do so in the present, because this is what we're sharing with every being on this, in this place, on this planet. When you're here, you're also able to hear the language that's been they've been speaking for so long. Present, love, everything is speaking with you in the now, in the present. The people who were able to discover, oh my goodness, all this time, the trees are not just trees, they're actually there to help us. Present enough with the trees to hear the spirit, the spirit, right? The unseen, the unseen with the physical eyes, the one we forget about a lot of the time. Everything you want and more is here. Nothing is here to hurt you. Nothing. Some wise ones say, living in the fear is an illusion. There's a lot of truth to that. You can't see in the darkness. So the assumptions, the illusions create, oh, if I don't do this, it's going to, oh, maybe the future is going to, using the path, the past. to tell the future, creating this darkness. If you feel like, dang, that's what I've been doing for a long time, this is why I'm here, what am I gonna do? Oh, you can start by taking a breath. These tools are here to bring back the light, to cleanse the darkness away, to wash. Remember your spirit. Remember the spirits of everything that is here. Sharing this space with us, serving us, serving in such incredible ways. I'm able to cleanse my soul with this breath because of the beautiful, beautiful energy around me that's serving the beautiful trees. And when I remember, I serve back. I love back. Everything you desire has been waiting for you. In the now, in the present. In the moment, the pain screams loud, saying, remember, remember. And you finally say, well, what do I have to lose at this point? Let me take care of myself. Or you don't know if that's what you're actually doing. I just say, let me breathe. You expand. This has been coming up for me, and I want to actually say it here to help. When you're tapping within your body, and you're stretching out, a lot of the times our guides, whether it's yoga or you're getting a massage and they're asking you to breathe through it out and hold your breath, it's because your breath is actually cleansing. So when you're stretching out and you're like, ooh, I feel a soreness in my hips. You listen to that pain outside of the fear in the present moment. And you remember your breath. You cleanse, you cleanse. You're actually washing out fear stored in your body. This is how we heal. Anyone who has healed themselves without the tools from our conventional world was able to do so in the present moment, in the now, by tapping in what is, using that breath to cleanse. This is where your day-to-day routines or rituals can come in to play to help you. Like my shower. I take a shower when I feel cold, and that sometimes I do it 2 times a day, sometimes I do it more or less, but I do it in remembering that I'm not just washing off myself from the physical things, but I'm washing, cleansing out fear. And I live in a space that is full of fear, full of other versions of me trying to survive. And so the meditation, the shower, the drinking water, the fire, the air are here to help you cleanse, let go in every now. And so to forget them is to go back into fear. Remember your breath, the air is keeping you connected to all things here in the now. Notice how they're serving and guiding you towards more of you, more presence, more abundance, more love. It's all of those things embodied. More you. Living in the fear creates illusions. Everything is here to serve you, to move you. Nothing, even the fire, nothing is here to harm you. The harming happens in here. You are already whole because you're so powerful. You expand even more. In doing so, in the present, you use past to create wisdom that expands your now and brightens future. You have everything you need and more. Remember yourself. Remember. I am. I am nothing because I am everything. I am nothing because I am everything. The labels, the things we've created in the past to help us survive. Step outside of them to see you are nothing. When in that truth, you are everything. You are nothing. None of these illusions are true. What is truth? Is found here. The water is so clear. We sometimes think it's nothing. But because it's so abundant, because it's actually everything bonded together, creating this, we sometimes think it's nothing. It's everything. Your rest, your breath that you think is nothing, is everything. You are light. Sometimes in this space, the light is helping you see me right now. But it's so abundant to the point where you forget it. So it's like nothing. When in truth, it's actually everything. That is why you're able to see me be everything, the light. So, this will bring me to the end of our beautiful session today. I do not edit any of my sessions because it is a gift to myself, my present moment, my light, my now. In doing so, a gift to you, even if you recognize it, you remember it or not. Thank you for taking the space, for remembering your breath, to surrender within yourself, to expand enough to carry this message. This is love. Thank you. Thank you. Until next time.